on. But in the meantime, I am super stoked, and so is Wolflink. We've got a matchup tonight in the 3-1 bracket in round 4 of the Swiss in the Randomizer tournament. A link to past 2018 Spring Randomizer tournament, standard mode randomized swords between Troupster and JamEvil. Wolflink was doing the intro there, and I am Maniacal. And while we sort things out, I am just going to be talking. So we got Troupster here on the left, playing as Squirtle. I love this Squirtle sprite. It wiggles its little tail, and it's adorable. And on the right, it looks like we have Tingle from JamEvil. So I'm excited to watch these sprites run all around Hyrule, but because it is standard mode, we are going to start off, first off with a sword, I see, from chat, because the uncle did leave the house with a sword, so... Oh, I got jebaited. I got jebaited by the chat. Oh, it was in Link's house, but also the bow. So sword and a bow already. Sorry, I was looking at those audio issues. Hopefully Wolflink is back with us soon. Think we should have it fixed, but wow, a sword and a bow right off the bat. Troupster has gotten to 3-1 in this tournament, starting off 2-0, beating Flaffykins and Mijati, then losing to Gemini. No shame in that. Gemini, very good, as are Troupster's other opponents, and then beating Toso in the 4th round. So a good slate of players, and JamEvil's path to 3-1 may have even been more impressive, starting off with wins against Jan the Gun, Chirality, and Fricker before finally falling in the 4th round to Pika Pals.
Yeah, that's very interesting. Also, do I sound a little bit better?
Oh, you sound much better. Welcome, Wolflink, and sorry about that.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there, and I apologize for it. But I should be fixed now. Oh, so let's give these two runners... But yes, like I said, these two runners, I believe we've already mentioned this again. They are both 3-1, so this is going to be a great match.
Yeah. All the matches, now that we're into round 5 of the Swiss, oh boy, they are even, they are hype. There's a little bit of disparity still in some of the brackets, but for the most part, we are going to be seeing hype matches all week.
So I did notice there was a map check there. Let me... I know there was a map check on Troupster's end, at least. I don't think we caught the Pendants of Crystals, though.
Yeah, I will completely own up to that. I've caught very little. I saw the sword once they started using it, and after they got to Uncle. Of course, you can't use the sword until you get there. And the bow. But otherwise have... I think I saw a big 20 in there, but I've missed a couple things on the way down here, but let's see what is in the chest in Zelda's cell. It's just another big 20.
Alright, I checked the restreams here, and it looks like we have 5, 6 in Eastern, and the other 2 Light World Dungeons are crystals. So really good items.
Wow. Yeah, 3 crystals in the Light World is a great sign starting off on these seeds. Light World dungeons tend to be faster to complete than the Dark World ones on average, and so that could be pointing toward a speedy seed, but it is V29, and so I'm sure something's going to come up.
And our tracker JLo7 saying that Uncle had our bow, but the sword was in Link's house. That's actually kind of interesting, because the sword actually doesn't work until you actually see Uncle.
Yeah, exactly. So they got the bow and then immediately started slashing at guards, and I was focused on the audio issues, as I'm sure you were too, and just completely missed it. But both runners now using that sword and their arrows, a bounty of ammo and offensive capability so far, trying to farm up some bombs so they'll be able to get into the back part of the escape. Check those 3 items there.
Yeah, this should be a great source, although they don't have any bombs right now.
Yeah, they're just trying to farm them up. We'll see. JamEvil, the first one into the back, gonna have a lot of opportunities with rats and ropes. I think the ropes are in a different prize pack from the green guards. The blue guards, I think, are also in their own prize pack, but not farming too many of the ropes. We'll see if Troupster decides to spend a little more time with them here. And looks like he's going for some arrow strats, and it pays off. Getting that bomb drop.
Well, first getting a bomb, although in the chaos there, I quickly looked away and missed the crossroads chest. Let's see what it is from Troupster's end. The mirror!
It's a hype one. I was so focused on bombs, but that mirror, a little late in the escape to save time, but that is a great find.
And it looks like Troupster's grinding the rats a little bit.
Yeah, always want more than just one bomb, but one is the critical result. Nice key rat there. Troupster just knew key rat was going to be right there waiting, and that's the cape there for JamEvil.
My Aga sensor are already tingling. Let's hope that the lamp's not available to them.
Rats carrying 8 bombs. Those are some explosive rodents today. But yeah, 2 hearts, not a bad find, but a cape. That's actually kind of a bad find. It is a bad find, as you said, because it's kind of the harbinger of early Aghanim. Runners will want to ideally get the Moon Pearl first, although it can be on the Pyramid Ledge. And also will want the lamp ahead of Aghanim, because it's in logic.
JamEvil finds the hammer in the Sanctuary chest! What the heck is this seed? We're loaded! We got like all the best weapons!
It's giving him out, and JamEvil looking like he's gonna bypass the lumberjack check, and so is Troupster. Troupster's just saving and quitting right away.
Alright, so I'm gonna say that Aga is actually kind of a coin toss right now. We are 1 item away either way, not including Moon Pearl. And if they find the glove first, the only way Aga's required is if the Moon Pearl is on the pyramid.
Yeah, this is very interesting and atypical early routing from Troupster here, choosing to go to South Shore prior to going to Kakariko and Lost Woods. But that's Aga for Troupster.
That's the lamp, folks. Aga is alive. But is it a fake out? We don't know yet.
Yeah, I think we will see, even when JamEvil finds his way inevitably down towards South Shore and gets that lamp, I believe that we will see the runners continue to check locations, trying to avoid that Aghanim fate.
Yeah, at this point I would absolutely not do Aghanim, simply because it's just a little bit too daunting for a 5-heart run of Aga. I'm sure our runners could do it, but yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead.
I'm just personally not comfortable with a 5-heart Aga. Granted, we have the bow, so our combat will be good.
Yeah, I think with these offensive weapons, and I mean, we have 2 3-1 runners, I'm sure they're comfortable doing 5-heart Aga. That's not so much the thing as you would be gambling exactly one location to be the Moon Pearl or something leading to the Moon Pearl on the pyramid. And that doesn't seem like a great investment of multiple minutes right now. But there's that Moon Pearl.
Alright. And also we have the Blue Mail, so Aga with Blue Mail at 5 hearts is okay. Green Mail is a little bit risky.
Yeah. JamEvil with the Blue Mail and Troupster with the full Aghanim set. And looks like prior to Kak heading over toward Eastern Sahasrara's hut, that is a completable crystal dungeon, so sub 10-minute Eastern, here we go.
Yeah, and Aga is still alive because we do not have the gloves yet. Both gloves could be locked behind Dark World access. Troops are checking out Sarasa's place. 10 bomb booster, the bloomerang, and another heart container. And Chicken Hut has the Cane of Samaria. Very interesting.
Yeah, that's a good find there for JamEvil. Probably going to be required. Not guaranteed, but probably. And JamEvil, without that bottle that Troupster wants to see just yet, finding the Book of Medora in the back of the bar. Who left that there?
Now, do your route back north and check the pedestal, because you're right here.
At this point, JamEvil hasn't checked Lumberjack either, and I'd be tempted to try and double up those checks, especially given that the seed is going to push toward Aghanim. But without that knowledge yet, I think I leave the pedestal behind.
Yeah, probably better to do it after...
Yeah. I was remiss. In the storm of items on both sides, I did miss JamEvil getting that bottle, so my apologies.
Yeah. Yeah, the book will probably come into play after Mothula, because that is just an easy check to do.
Yeah, with the mirror, you're going to be right there. No fire rod yet, so it is a bit of a gamble trying to stack that routing. And speaking of gamble, JamEvil blind checking the race, finding just a single green rupee waiting as the prize at the end, not going to take that.
And meanwhile, we've been seeing Troupster here in Eastern Palace with the entire Eastern Palace kit here ready to go. So we'll be able to full clear this dungeon.
Yeah, just a red rupee so far, but 2 items left in the dungeon. We'll see if there's further progression here. JamEvil about to get his lamp. But yeah, as chat mentions, the seed is kind of screaming at the runners to go to Aghanim, but the logic doesn't actually care. It can place other non-Aghanim items in front, it just has given Aghanim access at this point, and so, as tempting as that is, there's an equal number of chances that it just might not be required. And so runners are going to generally put that off until as late as possible.
Yeah, I completely agree with those lines of play as well. Don't do Aghanim early unless either you know you have to, or you feel that you need to set up the Lumberjack sooner than later.
Yeah, we have no knowledge yet of what is on the lumber. But without boots, there's no incentive to get there early.
Alright. Nice big key skip. Only for the compass, though, so... letting off a little frustration there with the bow.
Yeah, that chest is really out of the way, and when you're gambling that it's a 50-50 between that and Armos Knights to have the 3rd item, it's so long to get back through Eastern, just to walk through the whole dungeon to get back to that if you do miss out on the items, so most runners are going to choose to get it. But it feels really bad when it's compass.
Nice heads up play here by Troupster. Going ahead and getting the money room here. And stocking up. Now has the money for Zora. Not currently in the logic yet, mind you. But once he finds the mitts or the flippers, we'll be heading up that way. Or power glove, I should say, rather. Sorry.
Yeah, that 300 rupees that the runners got from draining the dam, doing a nice job of setting them up toward their Zora requirement.
Oh, and JamEvil also has the money for Zora.
Mm-hmm. Also got that 5 or 300, but just an arrow expansion here in Ice Rod Cave. It looks like he is going to set up that fake flippers, though, because he did not save and quit immediately. And Troupster into the Armos Knights fight. We'll see what sort of quick kill he goes for. Looks like a top right strat. And it's supposed to be 5 arrows right, but instead it's a couple slashes of frustration to knock some of those Armos Knights out of the way.
Yeah, it looks like he was out of position there. I haven't learned that strat yet myself fully.
He was actually perfectly in position, just mistimed that first shot. It's a fairly tight shot, but there is a nice audio cue for it.
Good to know. I actually did not know there was an audio cue.
Yeah, pretty much as soon as the sort of the boss music starts playing, if you start shooting to the right, 5 arrows right, walk to the top left, 13 down, and you're good.
Okay, that's interesting. We just found Quake, and its flipper's locked.
Yeah, Quake, not yet of any immediate utility.
I mean,
but
if you...
But it's good to have.
Yeah. It's good when you go to Ice Palace, because that kills the Pengators. But
Yeah,
but it's kind of an iffy thing, because you gotta kill them when they're not jumping.
yeah, it would be good for the Pengators, but of course the Pengators also will be behind the flippers in the logic, so Quake lining up nicely if that's going to be the use for it. And we'll see what Zora is selling today.
So her just giving you some money back.
Yeah, hearty refund. Not what you wanted from Zora, but looks like Troupster is going to give us that lumberjack check.
Yeah, I think his Agasenses are going on full alert here. Although...
Yeah, this is a good check.
Although, with the book, we do have access to desert.
Yeah, but without a glove, we aren't guaranteed to be able to clear desert, and I could not see what that was on Troupster's screen.
That looked like the red bottom of a red rupee.
Okay, I think we may have gotten 2 pixels of that vertically. Really just right there at the very edge, but Troupster knew what it was, and that's the important part. Looks like, yeah, he's just going to go clear Lost Woods. Not having the book yet, so no pedestal check for now. But we're going to see the runners kind of follow in one another's footsteps as JamEvil is going into Sahasrara's hut, and probably Eastern with the gear to clear it.
Interesting note that they don't try to make note of the green pendant here. I guess they don't really care about it.
Yeah, Sahasrara will tell you about the green pendant if you want the knowledge, but both the runners choosing to skip that information. And Tier 1 tree pull, just small magic decanters. The Tier 2 was the 5 rupees. So, potentially useful, but probably not going to come up downstream of this in the seed.
And 17 minutes in, and we're already seeing them double over on where they've checked. It has to be... If regression isn't a desert, then it is absolutely Aga at this point.
Yeah, if there's no further progression, then that's all there is available. Desert, of course, also being Agina, but...
Ooh, that bottle, by the way, has a fairy in it, so they can't do They can't do Death Warp strats if they want to get out of a dungeon now.
Yeah, we'll see if anyone gets fooled by that. I've seen a number of failed Death Warps so far this tournament, and they're always a little bit fail-fish.
Yeah, but usually if you are Death Warping, it's because you have don't have the mirror, rather.
Exactly. Mirror is gonna help most of the time. Sometimes you can do it for things like mirror point preservation and things like that, and it can be a bit of a pain in the butt if you've got a fairy. That is really the only thing I can think of to get it to come up, though.
Alright, so Troupster will soon get their Cane of Samari. I believe it was here in the chicken hut.
Looked like he might have been going for chicken clip strats and kind of got faked out by that chicken. But I'm happy to see neither runner go for chicken clip. Chicken clip is a soft lock risk and just not worth it. As much as we love the memes.
Yeah, I do it for the fun sometimes, but that's on. But I'm not at a high level like these guys. Alright, so Troupster's gonna finish up Kakariko by getting the book. We'll see if they go check Pedestal.
Yeah. I expect, if anything, that this will put Troupster over to Desert for the Agina check and Desert Ledge and whatever the 2 items, if Desert's not boots locked or gloves locked for those items. Only one of the items can be gloves locked. But either way, I think we'll see Desert play, if anything, here. Pedestal can't prevent Aghanim.
No, but it can increase the odds if it's the Titan's Mitts. Of which there is a 4 out of 7 chance that it is. Basically, all those dungeons that require or don't require Titan's Mitts have to be pendants.
How do you arrive at 4 and 7?
If 4 out of the 7 Dark World dungeons.
Three of the 7 are pendants.
Yeah.
And so T-Rock, Ice Palace.
If any one of those is a pendant, then we're not gonna have it. So.
And
of the remaining of the Dark World dungeons, a pendant must be in the first 4, all 3 different times.
Okay, I see. I don't believe that the conditional probabilities bear out 4 and 7, but I understand what you mean now.
Yeah, I might have misspoke there, and I apologize.
Oh no, it's all good. I just was confused for a second.
Don't worry, I confuse myself sometimes.
But here comes Agina for Troupster.
Yeah, is checking Desert, as JamEvil has defeated Armos. And it's the Fire Rod. Alright.
Well then.
Alright. Usually if I see Fire Rod, then it's absolutely Aga. But we still have potentially a couple items in Eastern. Or Desert, rather. It depends if Desert, though, is boots locked.
Yeah, and I think we're going to find out here, and Desert Ledge, just a piece of heart for Troupster, so there's 2 more opportunities. It looks like JamEvil also not wanting to go see Aghanim today. It's funny that this seed pushing so hard toward Aghanim is what's going to get both of these runners over to Agina early to get that Fire Rod, whereas that could have been a really trolly location if the seed had just opened up Dark World.
Alright, if this first chest is an item, then we are boots locked in Desert, and as a result, it is an Aga seed.
Yep, we're looking for small key or big key here to
or
continue battling. Or an item.
Alright, it is big key.
Alright, and big key chest is either going to be small key or something, or Aga.
Okay, we're not boots locked. The first item is 10 arrows, and that's on the torch.
And this is a brutal desert layout for bootsless, because this is going to be a small key up here in the big chest. And we're going to have to walk all the way over to the right side of desert before we know whether we're headed to Aghanim or not.
Well, there's only one item left, and if it's map or compass, map and compass, rather, then the other items on or on the Lambolas, and we can't get it.
That's exactly true. We'll have 2 chest locations here to find 1 item, 2 and 3 to find it.
There's
and
3
bombs.
And that means, ladies and gentlemen, we officially have an Aghanim seed. Cannot get to Dark World any other way.
Yep, and JamEvil will be learning here what we all just learned probably in about a minute. And so both runners are gonna... Oh, no, Troupster is, I think, gonna see if he can break around Aghanim by fake flippering.
Yeah, did we see Hobo?
Did we see Hobo? I don't believe we saw Hobo, no.
That could be Troupster's out. Because we know nothing up in the Zora's domain area is worthwhile.
Yeah, Zora and the Zora Ledge, not worthwhile, although Zora Ledge not accessible right now, even through Fake Flipper plus Water Walk because no boots.
Alright, Troupster's gonna check Ice Rod Cave. Looks like they never did this check.
And this location actually within logic, so this makes sense that Troupster would desperation head over here. I forgot that in that first pass he did not head up here to the Ice Rod Cave, but just arrow capacity.
Oh, I don't think JamEvil checked the torch until now he realizes it's glove locked.
Yeah, so JamEvil, I think, gonna be the first one to Aghanim because Troupster's doing a little bit of extra overworld walking.
Yeah, Troupster's going down to set up fake livers most likely. Gonna check Hobo and maybe the Zora domain area. But JamEvil's already done those checks, so...
Yeah, and Troupster trying to use some sword buffers to set himself 1 pixel away from the edge of the screens, right up against that screen transition, doing it very nicely there. And then jumping and then holding into that screen transition. The game will only check if you have flippers after 2 frames, and so if you transition the screen on that 1 frame that you land in the water, then the game just assumes that you had flippers and you're swimming away.
Alright. Are you the saver, Hobo? No, you are not. It's 100 rupees. This is 100%.
It was a saver.
No! I didn't even notice the bomb.
Yeah, Hobo was saving his cash up for a rainy day, but he wasn't even in the mire area, so he was just going to give it all away.
Yeah, but now we know for sure, without a doubt, that this is an Aghanim Seed. There's no way to sequence break around it. Troupster's going to try, but he's not going to succeed.
Yep, he's going to dodge that Zora fireball and head right on over to the Waterfall Fairy Cave, and then go pay Zora and pay 500 rupees, get 300 back to learn about his Aghanim fate.
And meanwhile, JamEvil's pulling just a little bit further ahead of every second.
Yeah, and this is part of that early routing. Troupster accepted that he might have to double back just a little bit more, or go through a couple extra save and quits, just a little bit of time loss here and there, kind of showing how it's added up. But both runners are probably going to be within 2 minutes of one another into the Dark World.
Yeah, and both runners will be adequately equipped, I'd say, for an Aghanim Seed. They gave him plenty of Heart Elf, and they gave him the Blue Mail. So yeah, this would be a comfortable spot I would be at.
JamEvil getting his 6 rupees and showcasing some nice NMG Circle Pots execution there. Even menuing to that blue boomerang to grab that key. Always warms my heart. Pushing that statue quite a bit, though. Just really wanted it over in the other part of the room. It balances things better over there. But he is going to be into his Aghanim fight. How many blue balls do you think we are going to get today, Wolflink?
You know what? I'm going to say it's going to look like... I'm going to say 3, and it's all going to be in the second phase. I actually had that happen.
3 all second phase? That is a bold and awfully specific call.
Well, like I said, last time I ran a seed, that happened to me.
Yeah, I'm going to call 2 with a 1. If we're calling them out by phase. Mine, much more probable than yours, again, because state degeneracy and conditional probabilities, but who likes math?
Oh?
So far, so good for JamEvil. 0 first phase, so your dream is alive, even though it is a lot less likely than mine.
I've had it happen. Alright, let's see.
Alright, now you're 1 and 8, let's go.
Nope, it's a perfect it's perfect RNG.
Yeah, that's... Thank you, shoutouts to Helpasaur King, telling us that that's the 6.25%er there, the best possible Aghanim outcome. And Troupster will be happy, but sad, to learn that he's going to get 0 blue balls and an Ice Rod.
Well, now the question is Turtle Rock in play? Yes, it is.
Not until we get Mitts, it's not.
But it is one of our crystals, and Skull Woods is one of our pendants. I did not catch the other two.
Yeah, anytime you get that early fire rod and want to go check ped, of course Skull Woods is looking at you as a pendant. That's just how this game does it, but JamEvil heading right for Hype Cave as Troupster makes his way into... Let's see what sort of circle of pot strats Troupster wants to show off today. Looks like he is also going full energy, not grabbing those arrows, though he's got 29 of them.
According to Ted's, we have Pod and Swamp as our other two pendants. Oh. Oh, never mind. I was worried about that hook shot for a second there. JamEvil picking that up in Hype Cave. Although, not that much better in terms of the back chests.
Well, Hookshot is West Dark World access now with the hammer through the Aga portal, so that's a very good find. That's probably going to delay that pod dive.
Yeah, someone was asking which sprites is the right one. That is Tingle from various other Zelda games. I don't think he made his debut until, I want to say, I think it was Link's Awakening.
Yeah, I don't know which game Tingle first showed up in. So, good point of Zelda series trivia. Looks like Majora's Mask is receiving some votes in chat.
I don't exactly remember. I know he's in one of the handhelds.
And Troupster also getting that 0 blue balls. Of course, we knew that was coming because the RNG for Aghanim is fixed. And JamEvil gonna go the long way. It's a little bit of a maze back here, and it's full of Ropas. But with Hookshot, he could be stunning those Ropas and checking his stun drop. Did we see the stun drop yet this seed?
I didn't make note of it, no.
Troupster getting his Ice Rod, and JamEvil is going to be the first one to reveal for us what is in the Mirror Ledge Cave.
People are now memeing about Tingle's first appearance in the chat.
I expect nothing less. Well done, chat.
I have played all the Zelda games that have come out in the US, so if I forgot a detail, they're easy enough to mix in that brain of mine.
Looks like Troupster is going to head for Hype Cave and Hookshot, and I expect him to also follow along to West Dark World, but we'll see. And JamEvil kind of inventing new routes through this hedge maze in the graveyard. I dig it. There's that hookshot for Troupster, and the back of Hype Cave gonna be pretty disappointing, but that's kind of okay, because hookshot really was the thing that was going to send you over independent pod looking. So still no glove. That is a big thing. We'll see what's on Bumper Cave here after these Chibi Ridleys stop harassing JamEvil. Just 50 rupees.
Yeah, let's go ahead and get back on track here. Looks like we're going to be seeing Lumberjack check from JamEvil through Mirror.
Yeah, and this is a nice time to come up and check out this location. We saw it from Troupster, is just going to be that big 20. But this is sort of reunifying the routes, except Troupster is going over and going to do the Cave 45 and the Stump Kid.
Man, Cave 45 is such a dumb name.
I don't know from where that one originates, so if you know the lore behind that...
I don't. I've been calling it Cave Sava Grove because that makes more sense. Also, most of these pots here are hearts. So also Heart Cave would work. And also it has a piece of heart in vanilla.
Interesting. And I see a question from Michigan Man Dan in the chat. Does 3-1 stand for how many wins they have total? It stands for how many wins and losses they have. 3 wins, 1 loss. It's their current record in the tournament. So both these runners have been putting up some very nice results so far. This is the 5th round of the Swiss. We're in day 1. And we are in for a week of very fun matches.
That is correct. And we will be going until week 7.
Ooh, 10 bombs. I dig it. Troupster getting a nice haul there. 80 rupees, a bit of a steep price. You can buy them for 50 in the Light World shop. You don't need to use the shovel. But it's fine.
I want to rewind a bit there. You dig those 10 bombs?
I don't know what you're talking about.
It's fine.
I just like bombs. Stunning that Snapdragon. And he is going to also head over to West Dark World. A couple extra locations checked. Without Titan's Mitts, JamEvil's not going to be able to get down to check those locations. I guess he could mirror and go back through the portal if he finds one glove. But otherwise, he would have to kind of kill his overworld routing in Dark World and head back through the Aghanim portal and the whole way around if he wanted to go check those spots.
Alright, so we are seeing the Graveyard Ledge here. Won't see King's Tomb because we do... Oh no, we could see King's Tomb!
Not without boots we can't.
Oh, I'm getting it mixed up with another race I was watching, my bad.
It's all good. And looks like we're going to get some Kana Samaria strats here in Mummy Statue Room. That makes that room so much nicer for JamEvil, and we're coming up for ped check here on JamEvil's screen. So if you're so inclined and a lover of pedestal, let's see some bless RNGs in the chat. I've been seeing a lot of Aghanim required hookshot to use the Aghanim portal to get to West Dark World seeds lately, and they always feel trollier than the other seeds just because of how long this walk is.
Alright, so we're seeing what looks to be a bumper cave check.
And I expect Troupster to kind of follow along behind JamEvil. I think we'll probably see him head right up towards Skull Woods.
Alright, Fighter Sword Moth is not an easy fight, though. JamEvil will have to be careful. Does have a fairy, though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, fairy and a full bottle of magic, 8 hearts and blue mail. I think both these runners are going to be A-okay, but JamEvil getting bullied by these jellies.
Wait, when did he pick up the bottle of magic?
A full bar of magic.
Oh.
Sorry. Has just a bottle of fairy. Does have a blue boomerang he could use to stun these Gibdos if he wanted, so he could use lamp strats and get a little bit of magic preservation. Instead, just tanking those Gibdos down to 1.5 hearts. He does have that fairy, though, so should be in good shape for the Moth fight. Fingers crossed that Moth is well behaved.
And Troupster finds a shield.
Yeah, Troupster is instead heading into that the Thieves' Town and Village Outcasts area, deciding maybe that Fighter Sword Moth is not his deal today. Don't blame anyone for trying to avoid that fight.
Well, there's our Power Gloves at the chess game. And here we go with the Fighter Sword Moth from JamEvil. Hiding up in that corner, come on!
Yeah, that Power Glove location is so bad, that chest game. But now that's going to be Death Mountain access, and all of Light World Death Mountain is accessible.
Alright, so first chest in Thieves' Town is the big key, rather. And we're seeing Hammer Strats on Moth. 5 rupees is our second item. JamEvil goes down, but will have the fairy.
Mm-hmm. So getting rid of that fairy, good play by JamEvil. Going to be able to Death Warp if so inclined. and finishing up that that hammer fight.
And the moth, ironically giving you powder.
I like that a lot. That's going to be nice for JamEvil heading back through Village Outcast. He's going to be able to check the Magic Bat location.
Yeah, but you really want to do that along with Graveyard Ledge, or Bonk Rocks. No, yeah, Peg.
Hammer Pegs.
Thank
That's
you.
The one.
Yes.
The one that's behind Titan's Mitts. But, yeah, he could go look at that location, and I think being on that part of the map, I expect it.
Oh, we might have a pedestal here, folks. Ether is on the pedestal.
Yeah, so if Ether Misery Mire or Turtle Rock need the Ether Medallion, we have a Ped Seed. This could go interestingly.
And Troupster is immediately putting those gloves to work. Gonna go check Death Mountain. Pretty much all of the Light World Death Mountain at his disposal.
Yeah, without knowledge of either medallion yet, the odds that neither of these is Ether is 4 in 9, so we are a 55.5 repeating % Ped Seed right now, which has me more than half excited.
Yeah, I'm looking at the pendants and crystals here, and I just realized that I called the odds perfectly for the pendants. Not a single one of the pendants were blocking Titan's Met from being on pedestal.
Yep. 4 and 7 confirmed.
Or yeah, I guess. I was going by the odds of the dungeons, and hello, Master Sword.
That's a nice find. We'll see Troupster definitely go pick that up.
I guess the proper mathematics was 4 out of 7 times 3. You needed to hit that 4 out of 7 3 times.
Break out the scratch paper, that's not how it works.
I'm probably rusty at math. Anyway, let's move on. JamEvil's about to enter Thieves Town.
Yeah, I'm just... Nice bomb jump there from Troupster, getting the Spectacle Rock Cave bomb jump. That's a newer bomb jump, kind of only useful in randomizers, and so wasn't known about. It's a 3-tile bomb jump, and so you don't see it too often. I think it was first showcased in the fall tournament last year, or the spring tournament last year, sorry. It's always nice to see.
Chat is chewing me out. I deserve it. Someone asking if I'm drunk. No, 100% sober.
I just want to see how many times we can get chat baited into just throwing out strings of numbers before the 7th crystal gets collected.
Alright.
Oh, Dead Rock. On Troupster's screen, he's going to walk and reset that nasty squirrel, blocking him from entering Tower of Hera.
Alright. I need to regain my composure a little bit here. Hera only having a compass downstairs, so might be basement required.
Yeah, we have a 50-50 chance. We get to play that coin flip game, looking for and finding the big key. Nice Master Sword strat there in the Beetle Room from Troupster, something not available in most categories when you're going through Tower of Hera. So another nice rando strat. Troupster, quite experienced with randomizers, a real veteran of the nightly 10 p.m. races, always in those SRL races, at least for everyone that I've played. I think Troupster has been in. So showing that knowledge off. And nice sword spin set up here for this bomb jump. impeccably executed.
Yep. Alright, so... Did we see Troupster go through the entirety of Thieves Town, or did they walk away?
I think Thieves Town was abandoned early once the items were found, but I'm not certain. But JamEvil now, with knowledge of what's on pedestal, I think JamEvil will go through with this dungeon, knowing that 5 in 9 ether requirement.
Ooh.
He's gonna play the odds.
Meanwhile, Shoulder and Fall has happened on Troupster's end. Running a little low on health, too!
Well, I'm getting the confirmation in chat. Troupster only did front 4 Thieves Town, it looks like. Thank you to chat for staying on top of what was going on. My apologies for this. And man, this Moldorm is not being well behaved. Yeah,
and Troupster did not opt to throw the crystal switch to make those pots available. Those each have a heart, so would have been nice to have at this point. Speaking of hearts.
Yeah, speaking of, right there in the Maiden's chest, an entire heart refill. We have no idea if it's Sanctuary Heart or not, because JamEvil already was at full health.
Third time's the charm.
It was a nice first try Moldorm from Troupster, getting the small key. I don't think we have both items yet, so that could be sending us back in to do a tile room cutscene.
And Blind doing a medallion pun.
I think it was some useful information telling us about that Meyer medallion.
That it's Ether, Quake, or Bombos?
Yeah. That's some great insight.
Yeah.
We're gonna see Spiral Cave from Troupster.
Yeah, this should be a good check here. And amazing eye for us. Quake is not currently obtainable. It's actually flipper locked, so that is actually a sequence break. They're not supposed to have that yet.
Yeah, JamEvil, 1/3 of the way toward Ether, and we are going to see what the Magic Bat has in store.
And we just found our Titansmiths. They were at the end of Spiral Cave, so Troupster can now full clear Death Mountain in one trip and find out what is our medallion for Turtle Rock.
Yeah, and this is going to go a long way toward informing how useful that Thieves Town play is likely to have been. And I like this routing from Troupster, getting up to Death Mountain pretty much straight away.
Ooh, Tempered Sword for Troupster. Very nice find.
And JamEvil got the gloves from the chess game, but not the ones that are up on Death Mountain. JamEvil just got Death Mountain access and still is in that first sweep of the Dark World for anyone who's just joining. Went up and did Skullwoods.
Yeah.
Whereas Troupster did not.
And also for anyone just joining us, we do have a potential pedestal seed with Ether at the pedestal. We do not currently know our 2 medallions required for Meyer and Turtle Rock, although we will learn that information relatively soon because Troupster, with those Titansmiths, is heading up through Super Bunny.
Yeah. It could still, regardless of what it is, could still be Meyer. Blind not really narrowing down too much for us. And nice block clip there with the hookshot from Troupster. Gonna get up to the Super Bunny chest just that little bit faster. And I think JamEvil is minutes away from making this Death Mountain play as well. Just kind of finishing off that Dark World Overworld routing. Yep, looks like JamEvil is headed for Death Mountain, Troupster is headed for Hookshot Cave, and once we're through with this Hookshot Cave, we're probably going to see maybe a floating island check. I don't know if we got that yet. I missed it if it did come by. And definitely a Turtle Rock medallion check. Turtle Rock now completely within logic. We might just see Troupster make the T-Rock play right now.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if it's not the medallion we need. It's Quake!
Alright, let's mirror and let's go.
Although
I think this is gonna be a good play.
Although something to note, even though this is Quake, that means our flippers cannot be out behind any progression we find here in Turtle Rock.
Remind me what we have that's behind flippers.
Quake medallion. We need that because it's in the it was in the waterfall cave.
That's right. I'd forgotten. Yeah, Quake medallion was in the waterfall fairy cave, so that is sequence broken around flippers. So flippers locked Turtle Rock, not even an issue. We're gonna fake flippers our way right on in.
All right. And with Tempered Sword should be a fairly easy time against Trinix as well.
I don't appreciate this behavior from chat where because I was baiting them into numbers, now they're trying to bait me back into numbers. So I'm just going to talk in letters now. It's A.
And the first chest is the big key.
And that's a good find. When you're not go-moding, you don't really care too much. Turtle Rock usually does just turn into a full clear.
I think they're actually trying to bait me now that I think about it, but I'm not going to fall for it. I've already made enough of a fool of myself.
Nice hookshot strats there in the roller room from Troupster. I've been very impressed by Troupster's execution pretty much across a variety of screens so far this run. Really nicely done.
Alright, so the fact that Troupster only has one small key means that the chain shot room will be a small key. Because otherwise he can't advance in the dungeon at all.
Mm-hmm.
What was 3 locked key doors right here on his way?
Yeah, Chain Chomps has to be a small key.
Nice bomb drop, though, from the Pokey.
Getting a little bit chomped here by these Bow Wows.
Yeah. Getting downstairs just in time. Now, this is where the powder would have been a very nice thing for Troupster to have, but that's all the way on Mothula, which a moth spreading dust having the powder.
Yeah, JamEvil will have the powder for T-Rock, and so we'll have ostensibly a better safety, an easier T-Rock. So we'll see if that comes into play. We already saw Troupster kind of going out of the way to get that hard under that pot, so good awareness for where that is. But JamEvil will have a little bit of an easier Turtle Rock on the back of that powder find.
Yeah. Alright, so let's see how we handle that Troupster handles this Pokey. Very nicely done. Is that Buddy Sprite Squirtle with the Tri-Shades?
It's Squirtle with some sunglasses, yeah.
That is awesome!
And we'll see JamEvil deciding how to route Death Mountain right now. Thinking about maybe heading over. Doesn't yet have that Titan's Mitt, though, so nothing to do with Turtle Rock just yet. And wow, that was some really nice RNG and handling there from Troupster. Unfortunately, that second pokey getting out of the range of that tempered sword spin. But double pokey room going pretty well.
If I were Jam, I would be doing Hera first, then going into Spiral, just because it'll make sense for the last check.
Yeah, it looked like Jam might have been thinking about Spike Cave there for a second. But with Cape and a bottle, I guess it's a viable thing to do, and that was a nice heart there in Mimic Cave for Troupster.
Alright, so we got another small key in the big chest.
Yeah, so that... or no, sorry, I was thinking of the big key chest. And it looks like bomb strats here.
Well, it doesn't have the boots.
With no boots. I thought we were seeing bomb strats on the pokey for a second.
Yeah, that pokey you don't have to kill. Now, is laser skippable? No, but you have the means to do so. That because we just got the Cane of Berna.
Yeah, we'll either see some safety item strats or some bootless skip strats from Troupster. Either of them should be fun.
Oh yeah, no doubt at all.
There is that full magic decanter waiting at the back of Turtle Rock, so... a lot of opportunities for, yeah, he's going to fill up on magic. Looks like he probably won't be doing bootless skips if he's taking that decanter.
Yeah. Wow, that was a very nice dodge. Also, Trolldorm deciding to bonk JamEvil back up onto the ledge.
Ooh. And also JamEvil poking Trolldorm and then spinning. That is a way to get Trolldorm angry.
Yeah, but we know there's nothing too worthwhile here. There's the small key in the third chest. But what's in this last one?
Just a red bottle, so... Turtle Rock not returning the progression unless there's something on Trinex. But it is a crystal, so just do it.
Yeah, we get it done.
Oh yeah, there's no way that Troup's just thinking about not finishing the dungeon.
Also, Trinex does not have an item. We're missing the compass. So he's gonna have. So Trinex has to have it.
Yeah, so unfortunately, no progression in Turtle Rock, but it is a crystal, so that'll progress you toward the entry of Ganon's Tower, and that's kind of the most important thing.
Got knocked back into the spikes there.
Yeah, bootless backdoor Trinex strats. Not very easy.
Unfortunately, did not stop the Ice Head from getting at least some ice on the ground. That's going to mess up their ability to fight it. I sometimes prioritize that Ice Head for that very reason.
Yeah, made it through and is in good health here for phase 2. Got a nice 2 cycle out of it. Not too bad.
And a very nice quick kill on the phase 2. And there's our compass, like I said.
Yep. Knew it was coming, and there it was. And we're gonna see JamEvil taking the long walk through Spiral Cave.
Now, Troupster got their mirror out. I can only assume they're gonna mirror and then save and quit because we do have Aga dead.
Yeah, with dead Aga and the mirror, you would end up at the top of the pyramid, of course. Interesting. Interesting that we don't see Spike Cave. I don't think we've seen Spike Cave yet.
Yeah, that's an interesting thing. Probably doesn't feel like it's anything important. Which could come back to bite him, I'll admit.
I'm not sure where JamEvil is headed. I don't know if JamEvil was sure either. Looks like we're gonna save and quit to the mountain cave. And go right back to do that Dark Death Mountain stuff. Looks like he was thinking about maybe not doing it this way.
So, based on what we know, I have this strange feeling that Swamp House has something.
Yeah, we don't have the flippers yet, and so we have a lot of stuff that's downstream of the flippers right now.
Oh right, we don't have flippers to check them. I am all sorts of out of it today, apparently.
A-okay. That's why we're both here. Because I will also say innumerable silly things. And between you and chat, it's expected that they get caught.
Yeah.
But we're gonna see the Titan's Mitt-locked stuff over in Village of Outcasts here from Troupster. Getting the frog out of the crappiest jail in the dark version of Hyrule. But as sort of thanks for taking him back to the light world, we're going to be able to get a Tempered Sword location item. Could be anything the runners don't yet have, for only 10 rupees.
And meanwhile, JamEvil is checking Hookshot Cave. Yeah, Troupster left just a little too early there.
Yeah, we're back in. We're going to see it is a piece of heart is what they're making. I guess they're surgeons today. That's kind of grim. And JamEvil also heading for this Turtle Rock play.
We'll also discover that it is Quake.
Double checking like, okay, this is a crystal, right? Yeah, it's a crystal. Okay, I'll do Turtle Rock.
Yeah, but knowing what we know now, Turtle Rock could have easily been saved for last.
Yeah, but you've already sunken the time into a trip up Death Mountain. There's no rational reason why someone wouldn't do this, and so both runners can feel pretty safe in knowing that their opponent also is going to sink this time.
I mean, that also makes sense to me. Smith move not paying off. I would only see the troops just going to follow through with Bombo's check now.
Yeah, and this is a nice opportunity to go and knock out some of these locations. We've been kind of devoid of progression here for a few minutes. And so it might not be too long until we see a trip over into something like Pendant Pod. I guess Desert isn't boots locked, so while here, may as well go get rid of those land mollusks.
Yeah, we already know that there's no other item to claim, but we do have a crystal here to collect.
Oh yeah, we did find an item on right side. Sorry. I was forgetting that right side had, was it 3 bombs?
Right side had 3 bombs, torch was 10 arrows.
Yeah. So there is no further progression here. But there is a crystal. And so, you know, knocking out a 4th crystal, still Swamp, Ice Palace, and Mire to go behind Flippers and the Flute. So we're going to need to see a hunt for that sequence broken flippers sooner than later.
Those change hounds striking JamEvil almost as much as they wreck Troupster. However, JamEvil does have that powder from off, so this anti-fairy there gonna turn into delicious health.
Yeah, powder is going to, play out just as we thought it would and be a really nice safety through Turtle Rock. It always is. Yeah, there is the mention that with Desert being devoid of items, it is kind of weird to see Troupster heading in this way, going through that Desert opening cutscene again, when he will have to be over in the Mire area to do this eventually. And so this is a little bit of inefficient routing, but it does give Troupster a couple minutes to just kind of think about what his next move is going to be.
Well, I'm thinking of it like this. Maybe he thinks that flute is going to be the go mode item. So, get Mire done now, or Desert done now, so that Mire can be done and just go to Death Mountain.
Yeah, the loss is mostly in the efficiency of just mirroring into back half Desert. Also the potential that you have something like Boots by the time you get back here.
Alright, so it's either Pod or... Yeah, it's absolutely Pod.
Yeah, unless they want to break into Ice Palace, but I don't recommend doing that. I think it's only a matter of time until we see that Pod play. I think Troupster wants to know about Pedestal. I think he's going to head Skullwoods and learn about the location of that cold gold coin.
Oh, that's something else we haven't checked yet. A Sarhasla is, have we? JamEvil has not turned into Green Pendant from Moth.
Yeah, and that green pendant will route in nicely with the play over to Pod that we see is going to be coming up.
And here's the thing: if JamEvil commits to Ether potentially being required for Mire rather, then that puts JamEvil in a huge advantage, having already done the other two pendant dungeons.
Yeah, that's one of the advantages of that early pedestal check, just knowing that there's a reasonable chance that these pendants are going to be worth something downstream. We saw Troupster do front 4 of Thieves Town because he went to the Village of Outcasts area before heading up to Skullwoods, and so that's one of the route divergences that could play either to the advantage or the disadvantage of JamEvil, depending on what that Mire medallion ends up being.
Yeah, and Troupster will know this information relatively soon. We'll most likely check Pedestal after dealing with Moth.
And we'll see if he heads down to finish Thieves Town, but I sincerely doubt that. I think we'll probably see the play right to Pod, but unless... And even if Flute is in Pod, I think we'll probably just see the play of finishing Pod. It looks like the Ped check is coming up before the back of Skullwoods. Is actually nice because it does let him know whether he'll need to finish if... It informs what he wants to do on the back part of Skullwoods, whether he wants to check that chest first in Mirror, or whether he wants to kill Moth and then Mirror.
And Troupster having to double check that message, she's like, wait, what? But yes, folks, it is Ether, and we do not know what Mire's requirement is, so for all we know, Ped's still alive and kicking.
Yeah, it's absolutely still alive, and it will remain alive until we find the flute. And Troupster is going to check this chest first. 2 items to go. He wanted to, I guess, see if it was going to be anything to help with the moth fight. Moth fight, pretty cozy at this point, but Boots would be a nice find. Boots would let him have a slightly quicker moth fight going for the poke dash start. That Gibdo taking one for the team and blocking that torch, unfortunately.
Very nice first phase for JamEvil there, getting rid of both heads very easily. And a very clean second phase as well.
Mm-hmm. And we are still behind flippers. So I think we're gonna get the flips and not the flute over in pod. So I think we have quite a bit of time left for this ped height.
I'm gonna go a little bit further. I'm gonna say that pod is not the answer, but one of these one-off locations that Troupster just found, the Magic Bat or Sarasala.
Well, we've seen the Magic Bat. The Magic Bat was not it, but Sahasrara, Catfish,
Spike Cave, which we are now seeing from JamEvil.
I was gonna say Spike Cave. I'm happy to see JamEvil making this trek over. This is something that we saw Troupster choose to not check. But we'll see if this pays off. We're gonna learn probably in about 30 seconds from JamEvil. Oh, nope, that red cane is not going to help you with the spikes. The blue one will.
Yeah, choosing to use what you would normally find here, the Cane of Verna, to get across these spikes.
Yeah, it takes the full magic bar, and it rewards him with a heart container. But if we see Troupster go hunting for flute later, which I don't think we'll see Troupster get back to Spike Cave at this point, but it's not impossible that he will also be sinking that time.
Alright, so Troupster will be checking the Magic Bat. And it looks like JamEvil was heading over to pod.
Yeah, green pendant in hand. This is going to be a nice check. And at this point, I would say, JamEvil is pretty much ahead by however much time it takes Troupster to get over here to pod behind him. That could change if Troupster does Catfish first, but I expect both players to go sort of make the green pendant check here. Troupster still hasn't finished Thieves Town, so we may not see that from Troupster. But make the play into pod and then kind of route up to Catfish from there.
Yeah, now we're seeing the green pendant check, and it's just a green potion. Okay.
Yeah, not what JamEvil wanted, but not the worst item it could have been. Like that green potion may turn out to be useful downstream. And one of the weird things about mirroring there is that when you kind of mirror back into that hedge maze, Kiki doesn't follow you. JamEvil had to kind of dip back in to get Kiki to follow, so good that he did that real quick.
Yeah, if I had to guess, it's because you have invincibility frames through the trigger for Kiki.
Yeah, I don't honestly know. That is as reasonable an explanation as any I have heard. And still no idea what the stun prize is. I keep kind of looking for it, and every time an enemy gets stunned, it doesn't get killed. That one was stunned and then just killed after it unstunned, so...
I was told earlier in the chat that it's just a small heart.
Ah, okay. I keep missing it every time it comes up. So, small heart, that's a useful one to know about. Not perfect, but it's good in a pinch.
So yeah, something to note here is that JamEvil not only has the green potion, but he also has the red potion from clearing Laser Bridge. At least he should.
Yeah, he does. I think both players still have that red potion. I think JamEvil managed to get rid of his fairy. Troupster, I think, still has the fairy, and then JamEvil has a green potion. And right now we are a Meyer medallion, pop, but definitely flippers and flute from Go mode for those who are kind of tracking that index, seeing how far away we are. And I fully expect us to find something here in Pod.
Yeah, I also expect something to find something here because we're out of locations, I think.
It's Catfish. I don't think we have seen the purple chest yet.
We have.
Oh, we have?
Troupster did that.
Troupster walked it all the way down? I missed it.
Yeah, Troupster did the full Smith loop because he also checked bombos for us.
That's right. Yeah, so that didn't turn out anything. Both tablets were blank, so yeah, it's Catfish or Pod at this point.
And that was indeed Sankart.
Yeah, JamEvil hit it with full health, so we couldn't tell, but Troupster giving us that Sankart sound.
And Troupster's going to ignore the big chest.
I don't remember the item count right now, and so I'm not sure if that big chest had potential to be a useful item or not. I imagine it didn't.
So yeah, in terms of our go mode, like you said, we need the flute and the flippers. Potentially a different medallion for Meyer. And we don't technically need the silver arrows in terms of fighting Ganon, but we do need them in terms of what the randomizer considers the logic complete for finishing the game.
It's interesting. I didn't know that the game factored in silver arrows. Of course, you do have to kind of be able to finish everything before you get to Ganon because of how the locations are. Everything needs to be obtainable.
The game factors in... Well, silverless in and of itself is a glitch, first off. So because we're on no glitchless logic, the game does not expect you to fight Ganon without the silver arrows. It does expect you to fight him with Master Sword at the bare minimum.
And looks like our hopes are down to the Dark Maze, Helmasaur King, and Catfish. And Troupster also thinking about Pod and that green pendant. Gonna go cash in 6 locations against 1 at Catfish.
Ah, it seems...
Also 1 up at Spike Cave for Troupster.
Also, it seems, according to chat, that the big chest locked itself because of the 1-to-1 logic. Small key's in the big chest.
Yeah, that's over in Thieves Town. That would make sense as to why Troupster didn't check it. I imagine we didn't see JamEvil check it either.
There's our flute!
And there, we will soon have knowledge regarding Pedestal, but we are going to see JamEvil finish this up. Potential that... Ooh, I don't know. Oh, he's gonna find out. He wants to know if he needs to come back to Pod for that Ether Medallion. This is potentially a big play from JamEvil.
Yeah, a little bit of an inconvenient routing though. Nothing major. He could have just he should have mirrored before so that he could choose to warp to save quit and go to Sanctuary. So losing a little bit of time here, but again, not a major issue.
Yeah. I guess because it was flute, he can check Meyer and then can sort of flute back to 5 if he needs to go back to Pod to finish. But I kind of like finishing Pedestal, or finishing Pod right there before finding out about Pedestal, just because you're already 2 pendants sunk, and this is just 1 more. But we'll see if what Troupster decides. I didn't catch whether that was the 5th item or if Helmasaur King holds something, and I think that may have also factored into JamEvil's decision. That might have been the 5th item there in the Dark Maze.
Well, all rise to the swag up, Handsome. I don't think we can hear it on your end. Or we can hear it, rather. There.
Nope. But you can kind of sing it to yourself and enjoy the fact that JamEvil is getting one of those rare input breaks in this run.
Alright, so, moment of truth, folks.
And if he does anything but flute to 6 immediately, he's a madman.
There we go. Flute to 6. Is this Ether for Meyer?
It's Ether, Quaker, Bombos.
Ladies and gentlemen, Pen is alive and well! This is the pedestal seed, Ether for Misery Meyer!
Yes, indeed. And there are the flips. That is effective go mode.
That's effective go mode, yeah. JamEvil has everything, knows where everything is to finish the game.
Yeah, mirror flute to 5, go pull ped, and finish this up, JamEvil. That's an hour and 20-minute go mode, 80 minutes in, and JamEvil's gonna head to desert, because you gotta do it anyway.
Shadow's making me realize as well, this was an Aga and a Ped seed.
I hope y'all are enjoying week 5 of the Link to the Past Randomizer tournament, because this is the seeds we're getting.
Yeah.
There is that possibility that the big key in Ganon's tower will be bootlocked still.
Yeah. That's a 1 in 22, and I know that's the right math for once.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that is the right odds.
All right.
Depending on the item placement algorithm, it might be slightly off of that, but where we are right now, we're just saying 1 in 22. And we'll see if Troupster chooses to stay in pod and finish up, because if so, that's going to be a time savings.
Alright, JamEvil has slain Moldorm. And yeah, this is an all bosses run just all of a sudden, by the way.
And Troupster is at least checking the big chest here.
No, actually, no. It's all dungeons, because we might not have to do Ice Armos.
Yeah.
I keep forgetting that it counts as a boss.
And Troupster is going to stay inside pod.
This?
And so that puts us basically at a dead heat.
Yeah, this... What? Troupster!
Oh no! Oh, okay. Okay. He's doing a thing.
Way to give me a heart attack, Troupster! Jeez!
Even with that, I think that plus or minus 1 minute, we will see both of these runners get their Ether Medallion within a minute, and it is going to be a rush to finish the game at that point. So we are going to have an execution race. It's going to be Go Mode Meyer, Go Mode Ice Palace, Go Mode Swamp Palace. This is the dream.
The question is, are we going to get the quote-unquote God Meyer?
Godmire will be on the table.
Yeah. Early Big Key was a sure sign of a Godmire. Other than that, there might be a little bit of time flux when they get to air. Because of the... Go ahead.
I was going to say, there is the potential of the play by Troupster here, following up this Helma kill of just blind pulling, or not blind pulling, he knows what's there, but going and grabbing Ether while activating Flute. A potential time savings, but I don't know if anyone is gonna do that. Nice turtles here from Troupster.
Yeah, going right down the middle, getting all of them stunned.
And JamEvil is going to be right behind into the basement here. Troupster going to go for 17 hammer strikes here. the mask will break at 1, 9, and 17. That first fragmentation of the mask on that first hit, just kind of showing you what's possible, because the other breaks take 8 hits apiece. And there we go. It's going to be some tempered slashes, and Helmasaur King will be dead.
Yep, 4 slashes each, and JamEvil is not too far behind in the boss corridor.
Yeah, I think we see JamEvil into Mire just a few seconds faster. And yeah, red mail there, if I saw right on Troupster's side.
Yeah, they are actually... And something to note as well, Troupster is at what any NMG runner would feel is there. I'm getting my words tight. I'm sorry. That is the amount of help that NMG runners would finish with, I believe.
Yeah, a whole ton of safety over NMG with 3 bottles, red mail, powder, which you'll see a lot of NMG runners skip. If we're looking for NMG execution, this is just the coziest of all cozy seeds. But looks like Troupster's headed. We'll see if it's to pedestal or to the duck statue.
Might grab the flute first and then pull ped. But the time it takes for him to go check the medallion and then go pull ped and come back will be enough to put JamEvil in the lead here of this very tight race.
Yeah. JamEvil already in the lead. Gonna be the first to ped, but if Troupster decides to go just grab that ether before checking Mire, that will be a time savings. We'll cut into that lead a little bit.
Going to ped.
Okay, Troupster with the play. We know this is going to pay off. And so, JamEvil pulling at 127.15. We are going to see an immediate Flute 6, I think, and we are on our way. We might actually see a Flute 8. I don't know. Boots for Mire is pretty nice.
It'll come down to which we finish first, and there we go. 127.
49. Yeah, 127.49, so 34 seconds right now separating our runners. And we're going to get an all-execution go mode of Ice, Mire, and Swamp in this all-dungeons race.
Yes. This is going to be an amazing one. And while we're getting settled in here for the last little bit, I want to give one more quick shout out to JLO7 for keeping us up to date with that tracker. They've been doing an excellent job.
Absolutely. Shout out to JLO7 and all of the trackers in this tournament, keeping things straightened out. And there are the flippers for Troupster, also go mode. I kind of almost forgot that he needed to get over and grab those from the Mire shed.
I almost forgot too.
So yeah, Troupster had to go Mire first. Feeling pretty good about that blind to Mire requirement head pull. Gonna be just a little behind here into Mire. And getting ready for Hookshot to help him skip that gap.
And it is not the Godmire. We do not get the big key in the first 2 chests, but we do get a piece of heart.
Yeah, one more shot in Mire at getting those boots. And we'll see if JamEvil stays on this side for the vanilla big key chest, I'm not actually certain. I don't know if you know the Meyer key logic. I think someone mentioned that if this chest that JamEvil's about to check is a small key, or is not a small key, that the vanilla big key location has to be a small key, but or no, if it's not a small key, the big key has to be vanilla. I think that's how it works. Sorry. So I think this has to be a vanilla big key.
Let's see if that recognition is something JamEvil has, as they are doing the cutscene chest, also known as the vanilla big key chest.
And I'm not certain that that's how it works, because I just don't know my Meyer key logic. And Zero Rush saying is if it is a small key, it has to be vanilla big key. So my apologies. I admittedly didn't know, got it wrong, but we're going to find out if that map led to a vanilla big key anyway. So thank you to Zero Rush and everyone else in the chat who knew much more than me. The second item, just the red boomerang. We're not going to even see the runners use that with the red boomerang, or with the blue boomerang already in hand, I think.
Yeah, probably not going to be seen used.
We'll see if Troupster goes for the right side play.
It looks like the big key chest, or the chest with a big key in it, rather, is the one just south of the, what would be, yeah. I'm starting to get tongue-tied again. I'm sorry.
I'm curious why JamEvil's farming slugs right now. I guess this is how he wants to route over here. I don't imagine that's faster than walking back through that room, but...
No, he's going down here.
Yeah, I knew he wanted to get here. I just am not sure if that's the fastest way. That's kind of interesting routing. I don't see that very often.
No, because as you can see, you can just open this key with the small key door. Probably didn't know about that path to begin with. But now we see this race in a dead heat. They are literally seconds apart.
Yeah, this is pretty close to even right now. JamEvil going for that magic decanter. Troupster passing by, taking what looks to be the lead right now.
Alright, I'm gonna... When I hear the... when I see them go to the door, I'm gonna check their times. 1:36, 1:38. They are like 2 seconds apart. Oh my goodness. Get high, chat. This is a very close race.
Yeah, this... I mean, the billing looked like this was going to be a close race, and it's absolutely delivering.
And yeah, good recognition on Troup's part as well. Not doing the vanilla big key chest is until last in this dungeon, because that way they could have taken the portals, went up, took the portals again, and just routed in the fastest route from there to the way down to the basement.
Yeah, and I imagine that Troupster probably knew more than I did about the key logic in Meyer. And if that was a small key, would have gone right for the vanilla big key chest. Looks like we are going to be set up for... Okay, looks like kind of an approximation of a WQ type Vitreous. Poking one of those eyeballs, not exactly what you want to do. But maybe some cape strats? Nope, we're just going to menu right over to Bow and get it done. And Troupster will be the first one through Misery Mire.
Alright, that is crystal number 5.
And we are a Go Mode Ice Palace and Swamp Palace away from heading to Ganon's Tower. This is going to be a very nice end to this race. It's all execution from here. Troupster going somewhere to do a thing. Looks like Checkerboard Cave. Just wanting to check one extra location here. Yeah, JamEvil's going to skip that one. I'm honestly not sure what Troupster wants out of this. I guess if it's silvers, maybe it is time even?
No, it's just 20 rupees. If it was, I would only assume.
Boots?
Boots?
Yeah.
Or maybe half magic because he doesn't feel like risking cold stare. Because we don't have bombos.
It had to be boots. Like, it has to be boots that drives that play. I don't know if I agree with the play, but I understand why someone would make it.
Yeah, he wants to make absolutely sure he's in go mode. So checking that one out of the way location makes it so that Meyer's completely off the table, does not have to flip to 6. He's limiting his options, and that is something I can agree with.
And looks like both runners are going to choose to do Swamp next. And Swamp has some extra locations that are pretty easy to check. Ice does have 2 easy to check locations in addition to Cold Stare. But you know, we'll see how many locations the runners choose to check here in Swamp Palace. I think we'll probably see a waterfall chest check, and I don't know if we're going to see anything else.
Maybe a quick jaunt over to the 2 flooded chests. That's about it.
Yeah, without boots and with the reduced water movement speed, looks like we did get a first chest check here from JamEvil. That's a fairly quick one. He might go and make that check for the 2 flooded chests, just because it is 2 locations there.
And we see that Troupster's avoiding that chest as well. So these runners are taking different chest gambles to find their boots in the off chance it is go mode. And we can see the sync here. They are within a second. Jeez, what a tight race this is.
Yeah, while we have a little bit of a lull in reasonable decisions for these runners to make, and we watch this water rise, I will remind you, if you're enjoying this race, go give these runners a follow. Show them your support. They are clearly putting on an awesome race. I'm having a blast. I can tell Wolflink's having a blast. And it seems like the chat's having a lot of fun with it, too.
Oh yeah, this is a good one. Close races are the best kind of races in my book.
And because it's been asked, and it's not likely to come down to this, but it may. The margin for a tie in this tournament is 3 seconds. If one runner finishes within 3 seconds of the other, that match will be regarded as a tie, and we will be graced with a rematch by the end of the week. But we'll see if that comes to pass.
How often do ties happen? I haven't been keeping a full eye on challenge, but I think there's been at least 2, if not 3, different instances.
I think there have been 2 or 3 just so far in this tournament. I know in a previous tournament I also commentated. Oh man, that sync! That sync! But
and
I've commentated a tie before, and they're super hype. But man, I'm enjoying this.
Oh my goodness! So, real quick, there they got their 4th bottle. It was a blue potion. They got the big key, and then they got a bomb booster here in Swamp. So that is going to be really interesting if they have to find those boots now.
Yeah, we'll see. Should be a pretty straightforward Argus fight. Not a very dangerous boss, just hook and slash over and over and over again.
Yeah, if you're feeling risky, you can try to go for doubles, but with Tempered Sword, there's really not any reason to.
Yeah, and both runners kind of entering phase 2 about the same amount of the same time, deciding that 2 spins is better than menuing to Fire Rod there on JamEvil's side, getting that big 20 and a crystal.
Yeah, Troupster.
Sorry, go ahead.
Troupster was looking for the quick kill there, but didn't get it. Was a little too far away.
Mm-hmm. But JamEvil may be the first Ice Palace. We'll see how this overworld screen goes. It's going to be quick mirror and
just walk right. No. They just need to walk right, really. But I guess fluting is a little bit faster.
Yeah, I don't know, without the boots, with optimal hookshot routing, it might be very close, but I think fluting to 8. Most runners are just so comfortable with doing these screens this way.
Yeah, and I just realized it's 2 screens versus 1, so they're saving a transition. Alright, so here comes the Ice Palace. JamEvil is currently in the lead, but Troupster right behind him. Troupster's execution this far has been really on point.
Absolutely.
And once again, they are a second apart. What the heck is this race?
This is an execution race between 2 good 3-1 players. This is round 5 of the Swiss. This is the new norm. Get used to it.
I'm going to make a call here as Troupster's avoiding this chest. It's a small key. I'm going to make a prediction here. This is going to come down to a left-right gamble.
I don't think we see the runners make different decisions on that, but maybe. It's entirely possible. But that does remind me that if you're a fan of numbers, start thinking about your favorite integer between 1 and 22 inclusive. Because at the conclusion of this dungeon, we're going to be asking you about your favorite.
Ah, yes. Our favorite little game to play. I almost forgot about that. Thanks for reminding me and the chat.
I know chat didn't need the reminder, but just, you know, get it in your mind. And Troupster coming up to his Ice Palace bomb jump. First try, more of an Ice Palace bomb dump. We'll see if it goes better the second time. There it is.
Yeah, folks, for those of you just tuning in, this was an Aghanim required, pedestal required seed. Aghanim, because we didn't have a means to go to Dark World. Both gloves were in the Dark World. And pedestal had Ether, which was required for Misery Mire.
Yeah, this is all execution from here. Troupster's been showing very nice execution, but so has JamEvil. Troupster missing the sword slash strat in Lonely Firebar and then backing it up right away with the hook shot. And ooh, we're gonna see the big chest get checked here. I don't know if we'll see JamEvil make that play or not.
Also, I have never seen that hookshot clip before that Troupster did. That was really stylish getting through that ice room.
Wow, and yeah, Troupster checking the big chest. JamEvil not doing double freezors or the big chest in Ice Palace. So again, we are a couple seconds away from one another. It's gonna be cold stare, and whoever catches that crystal first is going to be the player that we are going to be following. I think that's how this works.
I think it's whoever enters GT first, but we'll go with that, I guess.
Yeah, let's do whoever hits the door first. But when the first player catches the crystal, we will be asking for your guesses. So now it is the time to throw in your guesses 1 through 22 for which chest or location in Ganon's Tower will contain the Ganon's Tower Big Key. If you are subscribed to any Speed Gaming channel, that could be here at Speed Gaming 3 or Speed Gaming 1 through 6, or have donated a total of 250 bits across all Speed Gaming channels, you will be eligible for a leaderboard on the Big Key guessing game. But feel free to participate regardless and have a good time. I'm going to guess 15.
And I'm going to start the game. So get your guesses in now, folks. And my guess, I'm going to say, you know what? I want to see it behind the Ice Armor, so I'm going to say chest 20.
Okay, so you're thinking it's behind Ice Armos, and they're getting a small key in the first 2 chests on the right side. I like it. 15 for me is no small key, right side and a vanilla big key.
All right, folks, get your guesses in quick, and remember, and like he said, only supporters or Twitch to the Speed Gaming family really will be checked for the leaderboard here. So if it doesn't pull your name, I don't know what else to tell you.
And Troupster getting Dead Rock blocked. Not what we want, but JamEvil choosing to take the lower route just to avoid the Dead Rocks and getting a nice block clip again. So we'll see who is the first to enter. Whoever is the first to enter, that is the player whose numbers will matter.
All right, folks.
If it's synced, we're going Troupster because he had the first crystal catch. And this might be synced. Now it looks like Troupster will be the first in. You have red mail. Stop using hookshot. You gotta go. All right, into Ganon's Tower. We are only about 3 seconds apart, so we are down to execution again. Could be right-left gamble if things break that way, but we will be following Troupster's numbers today. We're gonna have to cut it off here in just a few seconds, right when Troupster's gonna get to that first location.
Yes.
And we got a small key.
And we got a piece of heart. And Troupster's going right.
And oh! We have a divergence.
There's the divergence. This is it. This is the left-right gamble.
I did not expect it to come to this, but here we are.
Oh no! Boots are technically required because the silver arrows are on the torch!
Wow. Hey runners, did you find the silver arrows in Ganon's Tower? Did you?
Alright, folks.
Troupster might not. We are following Troupster's numbers.
So this is chest number
3.
3. 4 for the bug net. 5. 6 for the piece of heart.
All right. So right side route advantage 0 unless we have a tile room big key, in which case things will kind of come back together. But we are headed to location 7 for Troupster. That is the silver arrows. A hammer of consternation, I approve. Taking it out on these diglets.
Alright, so 8, 9, 10, and 11 are right here. We already know what they are. 10 arrows. Bomb booster. Small key. And another small key. And another full magic for their Troupster. JamEvil will now be checking Rando Room.
And that will be 13 through 16 for... Or no, 14 through 17 for Troupster because of this location and the Fire Snake room ahead of it. Still nothing.
So it's 18 at Bob, and then it's 19, 20, 21 behind the Ice Armos, and then it's 22 for Tile Room. Oh my goodness, this C does not like them. This might be not just all dungeons, but all bosses.
Okay, here comes 13 for Troupster. We know it's not going to be what he wants it to be. And 14 through 17 also going to be blank. And JamEvil taking an interesting route here. Gonna light the torch and show the way because he can't bonk, so he wants to either walk or set up this bomb jump. Good heads-up play.
Yeah, probably is not comfortable doing the ball jump on an invisible floor. Okay, here is chest number 18. This will be for Troupster, or so.
Yeah. It'll probably be this for 18 for Troupster, depending on whether he accidentally bombs out that floor or not. I've done that before, and so we could see that turn into a de facto 22. But hopefully we see him get that as 18, and then 19, 20, 21 behind Ice Armos. We're 25% tile room right now.
Alright.
And Troupster is going to set up for that bomb jump.
19, 20, oh my goodness!
Well, we just got the thing.
We got boots! And we're gonna get the silver arrows!
Yeah, so JamEvil's going to have a bit of a faster right side. But
it's by process of elimination, folks. It's tile room.
Yeah, it's
22.
22. Well, we'll see if it breaks that way, because Troupster still could, you know. No, it's going to, because he got the bob chest already. Never mind. We're in Ice Armos.
Congratulations to Wag Sync for being the first sub or supporter to guess 22. Let's go ahead and add you to those leaderboards, shall we?
That's kind of a bit of an ignominy being added to the leaderboard with your 22 guests, but congrats. And we'll see if Troupster also remembers and goes, yep, gonna go grab those silver arrows. That's worth it.
Okay. I think we can both agree here, Maniacal. This seed is just the dumbest seed ever.
That's a strong statement.
Forced Aga, forced Ped, and now forced Tile Room.
Yeah, but you got the powder. You get to powder the anti-fairy. You get cape strats here. Grabbing onto that wall, keeping the magic meter. This is cozy. This is an input break, getting you ready for Gauntlet. I think this is a friendly seed.
I'm not going to argue with you. Anyway, we're seeing the cave.
Synced tile rooms here. And these runners are gearing up for a gauntlet that they don't know is nearly this close. But looking at that clock, seeing 153, man, these runners' times. This is an Aghanim Ped tile room seed, and they are pushing sub 2.
Yeah, it's going to be very, very close here.
This is just a heck of a time on a seed that's been this devious.
And you know what? They have absolutely everything they need to go absolutely bonkers on Ganon. They have a green potion to go nuts with magic. They have a red potion to just be as aggressive as they want. And they have a blue potion just for the final phase.
Yeah, this is about as cozy of an ending to a seed as you could have asked for. You don't even have to deal with the extra lag of the gold sword. Like, you just get to do all the lovely things. You even got the boots.
Yeah, the only 3 items we didn't find, the mirror shield notwithstanding, are bombos, the mushroom, and the shovel.
Yeah, we didn't get fetch quested too hard. That's actually the one thing that this seed did that was very nice.
Oh, mushroom was found?
Oh, where was it? Where was it again? I feel like I...
Oh, mushroom was library!
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Right, I completely forgot about that!
Wow, that's right. It was such a quick check. Just kind of glossed over it, but yeah, if they'd had the boots, we probably would have seen that get grabbed and turned in.
Well, they have the boots now, but it was all the way here behind Ice Armos. So by the seed, actually, Ice Armos was required. I just realized that as well. This was intended to be, by the logic, an all bosses run.
Yeah, it had to be an all bosses run, but I guess because all items are obtainable, I mean, isn't every seed at that point then an Ice Armos seed?
In terms of finishing the seed, getting just the things you need to finish the seed, we could have skipped Ice Armos, and if we went straight to Tile Room.
Yeah, excepting, like you said, silvers.
Yeah. I'm sure both runners are skilled at silverless. And a nice... Whoa!
The swag! That was a very incredibly swaggy torches there, or torches 2 from Troupster.
And wow, Troupster is like extra comfy because he also has that fairy that JamEvil lost fighting Mofula.
Yeah. Do we think Troupster's going to snap hover this Moldorm 2? Nah, menuing the hook shot. I thought he was going to go full swag.
Gets a spin. And another spin.
But yeah, Troupster, very nice gauntlet execution, building up a little bit of a lead over what he already had coming out of Tile Room.
And Moldorm's last possession were some pyrotechnics he was saving for the grand finale.
Well, we've got him now.
Yeah, for all the good they're gonna do us. Alright, here we go with Aga 2. Let's see if we get some decent patterns here. The scene was also a little kind, I should have mentioned. We had a 0 blue ball Aga when that Aga won.
That's true. That's 18 seconds over the most likely outcome that we got to save. Or actually, no, more than that, like 21 seconds, something like that. So yeah, pretty kind. Nice Aga 2 there from Troupster.
Yep, and with Aga 2 Town, it is now time to fight the pig.
Troupster will be the first one into Ganon. But this is going to be a close finish here. Pretty cozy Ganon. But the bosses do get progressively harder, and Ganon is by no means free. So we'll have to see if Troupster can finish this one off.
Well, I mean, with 17 hearts, half magic, red mail, silver's tempered, a fairy, and each of the potions, I consider this free, yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot less about the damage than it is about the recoil from hits and things. I don't think anyone's going to die on this Ganon fight, but falls are still in play, I'd say. But hopefully not. JamEvil is going to also be dropping into the Ganon fight here shortly, as Troupster looks to be set up to... Oh, nope, not getting the one cycle phase 2.
Yeah, looks like they've got enough hits in now.
Oh, for sure. There were some tempered spins and slashes, and we are into phase 3.
And making sure to get the attacking before he could send out a fire ring.
Grumble, grumble, grumble. Man, this game...
And wow! Okay! What the heck?
We're on our way to 37, folks. Okay, I think that was 10.
Oh, get it, please. Wow, that was an insane amount of teleports for the first hit. And Jamie was gonna have to go through that too, so that's not gonna be too much help.
Yeah, that's standard randomization, but like when you're racing and you're running and getting that, oh, and Troupster beefing the initial hit and not going for Torch Glitch, which is pretty standard, but did miss a hit there, but JamEvil into his teleport marathon.
Oh, looks like Troupster gonna delay a little bit here.
Yeah, that's to set up this double to finish the fight. And there it is, Ganon's down.
And not a sub 2. Unfortunate.
Yeah. We will miss the sub 2. Troupster's gonna be into his phase 4.
But get your GGs out for both of these runners. They put on an excellent race for us. Troupster officially done with an official SRTV time of 2 hours and 22 seconds.
Yes, GG to Troupster, as JamEvil is finishing this up as well. He will be moving on to 4-1 in this tournament. 1 win away from guaranteeing a spot in brackets. And there, JamEvil's finishing up the fight. Looks like Troupster is going to come join us to chat.
Let's wait for JamEvil, shall we? He's almost finished. Matter
Yeah,
of fact, he is with an official SRTV time of 2 hours, 59 seconds. This was a 37-second difference.
37, you say? That's a close time. Hopefully, JamEvil also chooses to grace us with an interview. And looks like here he is. I'm going to drag them both in. Welcome to... oh, looks like Troupster. Oh, here he is. Welcome to Troupster and JamEvil. GG seed.
Yes, GG both. This race was just insane to watch. You guys were in sync, starting I think as early as Pod even. This really came down to execution. You both shined really well. But congrats to you, Troupster, for winning the race. JamEvil, you put on an excellent show as well. Both of you, walk us through the seed.
I read it perfectly after I opened every chest. Exactly what I was doing.
There you go.
Yeah,
it was. I couldn't decide, man. And then the ether on the pedestal. I was like, I'm leaving pod. No, I'm going back in. I'm leaving. I don't know.
Yeah, I had no idea if I should finish up pod or not. I hadn't seen Meyer. I saw that flute, and I was like, oh, I guess I'll go take a peek real quick. And then, yeah, knowing that ether was on pedestal and having completed some pendant dungeons kind of early for no reason, I was like, maybe we'll see what happens. And lo and behold, man, Aga required, pedestal required, crazy. And then, of course, to top it off, big key in the tile room. Come on now.
I was so worried it was going to be on the torch.
I did everything. Oh, tile room was the last thing I did in Ganon's tower.
Yeah, same.
Ugh.
Yeah, and because of where the boots were positioned and knowing myself that silvers are required by the logic, this seed expected all bosses from you.
Yeah, it was a full clear. Oh, and then Ganon, what the heck were those warps? It just wouldn't let us be sub 2. It was like warp.
I don't think I've seen so. I've seen more warps, but I've never had more warps, and that was just annoying for sure. But yeah, close match, really good game. I'm impressed. Awesome. I'm impressed that we both almost sub 2 hours on a pedestal required, Aga required seed. So
yeah, I think I won both my last races by 37 seconds.
Wow,
which is really strange.
Yeah, they're close. Some really close matches, and that's what the beauty is of Swiss, is that you start getting some really tight matchups, getting players that are closely skill based, and yeah, you get these awesome matches like this.
Yeah, this was a heck of a way to kick off week 5 for me. Just like these first day matches, I think we've already had one tie. This one was all execution down the stretch. There were rooms where you guys were 1-2 seconds apart, door transitioning in things like ice and swamp. Just the whole way through go mode, you pulled ped within a minute of one another. It was exceptional.
Yeah, I felt behind, and I'm like, you know what? The only way I have a chance is if ether's required. Let's just do this thing. Finish pod. Let's go pull that sucker. Bring it with us. And I was like, you know what? I'm equipping it. It's ether. I know it has to be ether, or I lose.
And that play, that gamble to ped early, I mean, it saved you walking up and sort of fluting to Meyer and going all the way back over to CAC. That very likely was that 37 seconds.
Yeah, that was the 37 seconds that I took to go do that. So yeah, that's awesome there.
That's great. I'm gonna have to watch this one back.
Yeah, I always open up a few extra chests in Ganon's Tower, and I'm thinking about it. I'm like, man, I could have made the risk. I was well equipped at that point. I didn't need to open up those 3 extra chests. Would that have saved me enough time? I don't know, but I'm starting to see the appeal to doing that. So maybe some of these runners are onto something. I might have to pick something up.
Well, there was JamEvil checking the first chest of Swamp and Ice. Troupster, you did not do that, and that also gave you a little bit of more time to eke ahead.
I've lost quite a few races earlier on when I was learning from like trying to find a better sword or something. That I know every second counts. So I'm like, no, just go, dude. Just go.
Yeah, tempered Silverless would have been a perfectly fine fight, but then you found the boots.
If the big key was on pedestal and boots weren't in GT, I think I was just gonna forfeit. I was just gonna throw bombs at it and say, you know what, you deserve to win, man.
I mean, if it wasn't there, it had to have been in the back half of Ice or Swamp, and that's pretty much it. Everything else was a full clear. I didn't check. What was it? I didn't check the Frogsmith guy, and
they had nothing.
Yeah,
I did those early.
Well, the only thing that you had up over JamEvil Troupster was that fire shield, which admittedly did not come into play that much at all.
Right.
And there was a magic rank sighting somewhere. I don't remember where that was. JamEvil was the one that picked it up, apparently.
Bro, it had to be Ice or Swamp.
I may or may not have picked it up. I don't remember.
I think Troupster did Checkerboard Cave, and I think JamEvil, you may have done double Freezors and Big Chest Swamp or something like that. I know one of you did one and the other did the other. It was like back and forth which things you guys checked once you hit bootsless go mode.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, I better check Checkerboard. It was late in progression, very late in progression, and it could be boots, and boots could be required, so let's do it.
Yeah, at first I thought you were just looking for silvers or something. I was thinking there's no way this is anything but time neutral, but I remembered boots being a thing, and I was like, that kind of makes some sense.
I have a really important question, and I don't know. This only happened to me once before. I did the fake flippers with the moon pearl into the fairy cave there for the 2 chests, and I was able to walk out of it.
Yeah, that's
afterwards. Fine. Okay, is like what triggers that? Because I've only done it once before, and I thought it was just like something new. I've never seen.
We don't know.
Okay.
What triggers? It's all based on the moon pearl, because it just resets your state. Doesn't check to put you back in the water state, the swimming state.
Yeah, we have no idea why it works, but if you have the moon pearl and fake flipper in, you're swimming on the ground, and when you swim back out, it puts you into that water walk state, and then you can walk back in and out. And that's one of the ways to set up your water walk state, that or dashing near a hole. And I don't think anyone fully understands why. It's just somewhere deep in the code of this game. Something weird about the moon pearl. Shrug.
Yeah, I don't know, because sometimes when I exit that cave, it'll just like not let me walk on the water, to walk back to the coast, and it'll just make me have to save and quit right there. So it's like,
older versions had a bug, like V27 and 28.
Oh, okay.
So maybe that was it.
So it's standard now that you can just walk on top of the water. Like,
if you have the moon pearl, yeah.
So, okay, cool. All right, that makes sense. So it's the V29 change. Yeah, I didn't catch it because I don't do that move very often. I like to stick to the logic.
Yeah, I played really poorly at the start. I switched my controller 2 minutes before we started, which probably wasn't smart. And then I can't believe I failed Armos. Like I was just like, oh, this is sad. Just hitting him with my sword with no arrows because I didn't pick up arrow. It was just a disaster. All of Eastern.
Yeah, that Armos fight was a little rough, but you recovered nicely and showcased a lot of really nice room tech sort of throughout the rest of the seed. So it got better. The new controller worked well enough.
Yeah, it did, and I felt like my GT was really good. It was one of my better ones, so I'm happy to hear that it helped.
She turned me into a newt. Like, oh,
Well,
better.
Well, Troupster, you are now going into 4-1. You are 1 win away from qualifying out of Swiss and into the bracket stages of this tournament. You have to be feeling like you're on air right now or something. I don't know.
It feels good. I feel a little bit bad because Jam was really cool. We were talking a bit before the race, but 4-1 is really scary. 3-1 this week is really scary. So if everybody's checking out these races, make sure you watch all these races this week. There's some really, really good players going head to head.
Yeah, all these brackets going to keep getting better and better, and JamEvil, you're going to 3-2, still alive in the tournament. That's one of the nice things about being X1 right now, is you kind of have that loss to give, but you get to battle for 2 more rounds in the 3-2 and hopefully 4-2 brackets. So hopefully you're feeling okay about your odds. There are some scary players who are going to be in those brackets, but you can count yourself among them now.
Yeah, I'm good either way. Like, bring on the challenge, and I mean, worst case scenario, I don't win, and then I'm free from the tournament later on. I get to do whatever I want. I don't have any obligation.
And something I want to ask that ties into what Manigal just said here: is there any opponents that would be scared of when the rest of this week is done, and they make it or to your rating?
I'm scared of going against any of the Zelda 1 randomizer crew, like Fred Coughlin or anyone like that, because I really don't want to go up against a friend, and because either one of us is gonna have to go at that point. So I'd like just random. I'd like to meet new people. So give me a random total stranger, and that's one extra person in this community that I get to meet and hang out with. Everyone's been super cool, so thank you so much for inviting me and then warming with such a warm welcome. It's definitely an eye opener. You guys are great.
Oh, well, thank you. That's excellent to hear, and that's a great advertisement for the community. The community is very welcome. I'm kind of coming over not from Z1 Rando, but from Super Metroid more so, and I've had nothing but positive experiences. So if anyone out there's thinking about getting into this, you're strongly encouraged to do it. It's easy to pick up, and the community is absolutely great, and there's a lot of depth and nuance to this game as the runners really got to show off over the past 2 hours. But there are some scary players in the X2 bracket. I know Chisame started 0-2 and is going to be battling back. We'll see if they're able to win their match this week, but I mean, that's a candidate player at X2 whom I wouldn't want to have to run into right now, but there are also plenty of really fun matchups. I'm sure any pairing you get will be a good one. Yeah.
So I'm just going to ask this question to you both. Final thoughts on the seed?
I would like a non-AGA, non-PED seed next week.
Go play V28 then.
Yeah.
This is very common for V29 now.
It is so common. It's 33% chance to get AGA, and you feel them. But yeah, I just wanted to say I appreciate you guys restreaming, casting, tracking, all of that. It's really cool. I'm going to go back and watch this. Everyone's whispering to me, telling me it was really exciting to watch, so I appreciate that, and I just want to say thanks before I go.
Yeah, keep up the good work, man. Good game, and thank you very much for the fierce competition.
Thank you.
Yes. Yes, GG. And with that, GG's once again to both our runners here. Make sure to give them a follow here on Twitch, folks. They deserve it. This was an excellent, excellent race. And while you're at it, make sure to go ahead and give Speed Gaming 1 through 6 a follow as well. So to keep up not just the randomizer, but all of the tournaments that are going on. There's so many that I can't even begin to list them off. And also, if you want a little bit more randomizer, we do have more channels that are airing these races. A Link to the Past Randomizer and A Link to the Past Randomizer 2 through 4. And while you're on that following spree, make sure to give my co-commentator Manigal here a follow. He did a very excellent job keeping me from acting like a super fool here, if I may be honest. And also to our tracker JLo7 for doing just an excellent job on the tracker.
Well, I appreciate that, Wolflink. I'll caution those considering that all I do is talk about numbers and nonsense, so you're better off giving Wolflink the follow, quite probably. But I had a lot of fun chatting with Wolflink over the past couple hours. Thank you to JamEvil and Troop for the great race and giving that really fun interview there. It's clear those guys had a ton of fun with this, and I hope they continue to have a blast with the rest of this tournament. I've been Maniacal. I'm going to let Wolflink close it out for us, but thank you also to everyone Wolflink cited and chat as well for having fun with this one.
Yes, that was Maniacal. I've been Wolflink. Once again, JLo was our tracker, and from all of us here at the Link to Fast Randomizer, we just see you all next time, and thank you for watching. Good night, everyone!